Hello, everyone. This is Travis Buckholz, the Teacher Talker. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you that are new to it, it's your first time, welcome to my YouTube channel. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button and continue to make sure that you like and comment in this comment section below. But first of all, I want to say I apologize for my absence. I haven't made a video or any content in like the last few weeks because you guys know I was doing the snack drive or the snack giveaway. So I spent the bulk of the past few weeks out gathering snacks, compiling boxes, and going out meeting families and dropping off the snacks and stuff like that. Just do something positive and give it back. Give back to the community because we're all in this together. And I always like to do something every school year for the kids and for the families to let them know, hey, somebody's out there that we thinking of you. We were thinking of you, and we just want to continue to pass on positive energy. And the more that we can help you guys, the less you guys have to do when it comes to like having to find extra money for resources and stuff like that. But I'm back with the jump off. Goons in the back in case somebody want to jump off. It's Lil Kim. You don't know nothing about that. But I'm back with a new episode. Kind of want to shed light on, since everybody started to go back to school and people have already went back to school as far as teachers and students and parents these days because we're doing virtual learning. So I wanted to share some things throughout the years that I have been teaching or the years that I have taught as what made a successful year. Some of these things may have changed because we're in virtual learning now, but these are like, I compiled a list of a good 10 things, at least good 10 things that I feel like teachers need to know about, or just some things that made my year great or had, a success. So with that being said, I have my list ready and we're going to get into it. These items are not in any particular order, but I'll let you know which one's the most important to me. So the first one, make sure that you guys stock up on your coffee. For my teachers out there, make sure you guys stock up on your coffee, your tea, stay caffeinated, because you're going to need all the energy that you possibly need during this time, especially doing virtual learning, because it takes more planning than it actually do learning these days. So a lot of the background work is like tiresome. So you're going to need the energy. And if you're not big on coffee or tea or caffeinated drinks, make sure you do it the natural way. Take a B12 shot of B12 tablets. I have taken B12 tablets. They work okay for me. And I have also taken this B12 shot, but I'm not good with shots when it comes to needles. I'm good with other shots. shot. I'm good with other shots, but not just the B12 shot. But make sure that you guys are taking care of your energy, and make sure that you guys are on some type of, not even on some type of stimulant, but make sure that you guys are getting rest so you guys have that type of energy that you need during these times. So stock up on your coffee, tea, B12 tablets, get your sleep, or even get your Red Bull, get some wings, fly around. All right, the next one would be have a good motivational playlist. I know sometimes you can get, throughout the day, you can get like tired, you can get worried, you can get stressed out, but sometimes music is like a way to the heart. Sometimes music can soothe the soul. So get yourself a good motivational playlist. It can be from any type of genre. Like me personally, I'm a trap. In my mind, I'm a trap star. So I like a good trap playlist that keeps me motivated. Even though I'm an educator, you can't tell me in my mind that I'm not trapping out the bando when it comes to teaching and when it comes to me stepping into a school building. That's just like that's like my trap. That's like my set. It's like my hood. But sometimes I also listen to gospel music. I listen to a little bit pop, Katy Perry or something. Some things that I say that has a message that can kind of inspire me when I'm feeling down. Because like I said, throughout the school day, throughout the school years, throughout the school week, there's going to be those moments where you're going to be like, man, why did I choose education? Like, why did I choose to teach these kids? Are they not getting it? I'm not getting it. Is it stressful? But pop on that playlist, and it'll help soothe the soul. The next thing I would say is that, what makes a successful year is making sure that you have 2 different alarm clocks. Because waking up late, it throws off your whole day, especially if it's not planned. So, and I know this day and time, we rely heavily on our cell phones. But sometimes we set the alarm on our cell phones, and at the beginning of the week, then it just stays consistent throughout the weekdays because you can set it like that. But sometimes we forget to set that alarm, or sometimes we in the moment, sometimes we may turn it off, or sometimes our phone may be dead, or we just for some reason sometimes with technology we just forget, and it just sometimes doesn't work. So make sure that you have at least two alarms, at least two, because like I said, waking up late when it comes to teaching and being in education, being late, it throws off your whole day. Not only does it throw off your day, but it throws off the students, it throws off your coworkers, because you can't get that time back, and it's just like it's a lot of uncertainties that already go on with education. And on top of that, you coming in late, it's not good. And just make sure. So make sure you have two. I have like sometimes, like I said, I set my phone, and other times like I have an actual alarm clock that I set as well. So they kind of work together. And I also have another phone as well that I have two phone alarms and like the regular alarm, just in case one of them don't go off. And like the more alarms, the merrier, because sometimes even when your phone alarm go off and you hear it, you just want to hit that snooze button, but then another alarm will go off. You gotta get up and turn that one off. So make sure you have at least two different alarms and set them in some type of setting in your rooms where you have to actually get up and to go set it off. Because if you don't, like I said, you'll lay there and you hit next thing you know, you like 10 minutes late and like 15 minutes late because you're going to roll over, hit stop button. So make sure that you set your alarm like throughout the rooms so you can get up and actually go tap it. So that way you won't be focused on going back to sleep or laying back down. The next thing I would say to have a successful school year, making sure that you have your own copier or printer, not really a copier, but like a printer at home, or even though this day and age, it comes like 3-in-1, the scanner, the copier, and the printer. Making sure that you have one of those at the house, and also a laminating machine, not the big gigantic laminating machine, but like a small laminating machine, because those come in handy. Even with virtual learning, I know a lot of the content now is like just strictly online, but like there's tons and tons of resources that you guys are gonna be coming across as it relates to worksheets and handouts, stuff like that. So you probably can print those off now and laminate them or save them and like compile a binder so that when it's time for us to go back into the schools, you have some things, some resources that are already handy for you, and also for your kids, kind of create that enrichment level or that spiral review. You can go back to those resources because you have printed those off. And there's nothing also, like I said in my previous video, some reason the copy machine at school or at work always seems to go out. Sometimes it's fixed right then and there. Sometimes you might have to wait for the copy guy fixer to come to fix it. And sometimes the printers run out of the ink in the classroom. Sometimes you may have extra ink. Sometimes if you're at a lack of school with low resources, sometimes it is just what it is. If your printer ran out of ink, you just gonna have to deal with it until they can supply some more. So it's always best to have a copier, printer, or a laminating machine at home. So making sure, so it doesn't cut it. It kind of cuts back on the stress of not being able to print at work. And also, one of my favorite things and one of the most important things I feel like is make sure that you have a good snack cabinet or a good snack drawer in your classroom. And now you're at home, but make sure that you have a good set of snacks so where you don't get hungry throughout the day and your energy level is low. Because I know like sometimes a lot of teachers throughout the day, we don't even get to eat. It's just what it is. Even though we get a lunch, but by the time we get our class together, walk them to the cafeteria and walk back to the classroom, there's only like a good 10 or 15 minutes, and it takes about a good 7 minutes for your food to warm up if you have a frozen dinner for lunch, or if you brought lunch from home, or you don't have enough time to really eat and enjoy your meal. So make sure that you have a good snack cabinet or drawer in your classroom. Me personally, I'm the snack king. Everybody know, like teachers throughout the school, I always come to my classroom and get snacks because they know I have a good snack cabinet. I have my kids' snack that I give out, and I have my own personal snacks, and I keep it stocked throughout the school year. So that's very important. And don't let them say that you can't eat and teach at the same time. That's not professional. That is professional, because you don't want to be falling out because you don't have enough energy because you didn't eat lunch. You can snack. You don't be in there eating a whole pizza slice or anything while you're walking around aggressively monitoring the kids. But snack on like little nuts and like little Snickers and stuff like that. But don't be in there eating a whole pig foot or something like that. Don't be doing that. Walking around eating a pig foot or eating a neck bone while you're trying to feed it. It says snacks. The next thing is making sure that this is really important as well. Make sure that you have a good group of coworkers or coworkers that have become friends outside of the work group chat. I said make sure that you have a group of friends, of coworkers outside of the regular work group chat, because there's going to be those moments where You don't want to talk about everything with the actual work group chat. There's gonna be those moments where the actual work group chat and the people within it are gonna get on your nerve. Trust me, I know. Used to have to mute mine. I ain't tell them I muted, but I had to mute mine. But that then, like I said, that comes in handy. Then you have the group chat outside of the work group chat that can keep you updated on things because like I said, sometimes you just work group chat is just overwhelming, and sometimes you need that moment to rant to your other colleagues about things that may have taken place throughout the school day. Sometimes things that may have taken place in the staff meeting, because those are long and sometimes can be draining. You always have those people that want to ask questions. Sometimes the content is heavy and it's not really clarified. So going and having like I said, having a group of friends outside of that group chat, no more than 5 or 6, because more than that, sometimes it get a little bit messy then, because and make sure that you can trust this group of co-workers as well, because trust is a big factor, because you don't want, you ranting one day, just because you're ranting, you had a bad day, you don't want to get how you feel, or how you're feeling out, because it can cause some type of, a negative work environment sometimes. So just make sure you have a good group of coworkers outside of the group chat that you can run and talk to, that can provide clarity. You can provide them with clarity. You guys can provide each other with resources, as well as just be there to support one another. Like in those moments that I said you may be running late because you didn't set your alarm, or your alarm clock didn't go off, you can hit up that group chat, let them know, hey, I'm running late. Watch over my kids, let A and B, let so and so know that I'm running late. I contacted them, they couldn't answer. But if you're there, you see them, hey, let them know. So a good group chat outside of the work group chat comes in handy. Trust me, it does. And I still kind of talk to, even though I'm not at the old workplace that I used to be, I still kind of talk to everybody that was outside of my work group chat, and that's my small group. And also, and here's another important thing that most people, like most teachers, especially first year teachers, need to know, or beginning teachers need to know. Just pick a day. Pick a day or pick 2 days. But prior to going into the school year, look at the calendar, see what what school days are important, what days are set around testing, professional development, or just observations. And making sure that you kind of pick days around that for self-care. Because self-care is important when it comes to education and when it comes to being in the classroom. Even now with virtual learning, self-care is important, because virtual learning and setting up for virtual learning is more work than being in the classroom, and it comes a tad bit overwhelming for some, especially these new year teachers who don't have the actual contact with seasoned teachers or with or colleagues as well to get resources. So I would say pick a day that you're just going to take and relax. If you just want to take one day out of the that's first semester, because I advise at least take 2 the school year. Like you can take one the first semester, one the next semester, or if you got enough days saved up, take 2 that first semester, take another 2 that second semester. And make sure that these days are not days like you're going to run errands and stuff, but these days are strictly for self-care. Like you can take a day to lay on the couch and watch The Young and the Restless or The Bold and the Beautiful. You can tell I was raised by my grandparents. I wasn't raised by my grandparents, but in the summertime I spent time with them, and that's what they did. So I grew up watching Young and the Restless and The Bold and the Beautiful, and God and Light, and As the World Turns. So if you want to sit on the couch and watch that, or even when you want to watch Netflix or watch your Hulu, go do that. If you want to go to the spa, do that. But seriously take a day or 2 out of the school year just for self-care. You're going to need it. There's nothing more than a burnt out teacher. And your new year, the new teachers, don't feel guilty because you're taking a day off. But because, like I said, your mental health comes first. It really does. And I had to learn that the hard way, because I was one of those coworkers. I was one of those workers where I feel like I just got to be there for the kids. I got to be there. And I would be so drained to where I had no choice but to take a day off, because I had to work myself to death, so I was just mentally exhausted or physically exhausted to where I become sick, and I had to go to the doctor. But take a day off for self-care, and like I said, leave it just for self-care. No running errands, no going to the doctor, no going, running a test. Take care of your mind. All right, my next thing is making sure that you stay hydrated. Water is essential for the human body and mind, and if you're hydrated, everything flows naturally. So stay hydrated throughout this process. Get you a nice little water bottle with a filter. Well, we're at home now, so you don't really need a water bottle with a filter. I know at school, some schools, especially some that I worked at, the water fountain was hideous, so you had to get a water bottle with a filter in there so that you don't want to be drinking the water fountain and the kids drinking. But hey, You don't want to be drinking that same water because it'd be like little green stuff around the thing that squirts out the water. It'd be like germs everywhere. It's just like it'd be hot sometimes. Sometimes it may be cold. Sometimes making sure you just stay with a water bottle with filter or some purified water to stay hydrated. And I know that we're at home doing virtual learning these days, so you don't have to feel guilty about staying hydrated because I know in the classroom you kind of feel guilty because you drinking this water and you got to run out to the restroom, but you can't leave your class unattended, so you got to find somebody to try to cover your classroom while you run out to the restroom because you leave them in there by themselves. Somebody's gonna hit somebody, somebody's gonna flip over a desk, somebody's gonna try to steal something off the desk, it's gonna be chaos sometimes, but like, and it's not safe to leave them unattended by themselves. So you're at home, stay hydrated with your water, and you can hit mute on a virtual learning on the Zoom or on the Google Classroom, run to the restroom, come right back, but stay hydrated. The next thing I would say, make sure that I'm big on like self-reflection, literally self-reflection, and like mentally self-reflection as well. So I always, in my classroom, I always keep a full body mirror for myself and for my kids. Because sometimes in a moment, you're going to need those moments where you have those conversations with yourself like, hey, am I having a good day? What I need to work on? Let me fix myself together. Have those like this candid conversation with yourself, or just like give yourself a pep talk, or give your address like what's really going on. All right, and also like I use it for affirmations. Like I like to write affirmations on my mirrors in the classroom and at home, and I have my kids do it as well. So just that have a full body mirror so you can see everything and write affirmations from the top to the bottom. So when you, like I said, when you're feeling down or when your kids are feeling down, you can have them go to the mirror. Look in the mirror, fix it, hey, get it together, and move on. And move on without your day to have a more positive day. And I know since we're doing virtual learning, you don't have to have a mirror in the classroom, but have a mirror at home where you can, like I said, write affirmations on your mirror. So when it becomes overwhelming, hey, look in the mirror. I got this. I see this. I can overcome this. I can, something like that. And also, since we're in virtual learning, making sure that you guys have a good setting where it's good lighting. Lighting is everything when it comes to like energy and when it comes to like vibes. So make sure that you're in a setting like you have good lighting. And make sure that you invest in a good ring light or good box light. You can get those from Amazon. You can get those from the Facebook Marketplace. I can find them even like down to Best Buy or something like that. But make sure that you have good lighting as you're teaching, because like I said, the lighting entices the kid and it kind of gives them a high energy. Because you don't want to be sitting up there looking like you're on Nintendo Super Mario graphics type of thing, or you want like you're sitting up on like a Nokia with a snake on there. You had to attach the old camera to it or something. But make sure that you have like good lighting to get you throughout the day. All right, the next thing and final thing I would say that's kind of important. It is important to me. It's important. It's important to a lot of teachers out there as well. Is making sure that you guys stock up on your wine. Stock up on your wine. You guys know it's gonna get stressful. It's gonna be those days where you want to quit, where you just want to leave, and everybody has gotten on your nerve. Even with virtual learning, it just become overwhelming. Your boss is sending you tons and tons of email. You got professional development. You got to try to prep and plan lessons, and you got to try to get these kids make sure they're signing in on time. So make sure you stock up on your wine. And you don't want to have to ever run out of wine to where you had a stressful day and you get home and the bottle is empty. And now it's just like, oh, now I got to go to the store. Or now, don't be drinking the wine doing virtual learning though. Like, don't be doing that. And after you get finished your day, take a sip or two and lay on the couch, regroup. And stock up on your wine. I know my teachers out there, they like wine that is dry because it has a higher content in there. And I feel like teachers are probably the top consumers when it comes to wine because it gets like that sometimes. And if you don't drink, kudos to you. But leave the hard stuff for the weekend as well. Leave that for the brunch and like for hanging out with your friends on the weekend. I'll be taking shots throughout the school day, at the end of the school week. Throughout the school week, because you won't be getting up in the morning. It's not going to be because of the alarm clock. It's going to be because you was drunk. You had a hangover. But that's my list of the things that I feel like. And I'm quite sure if you guys out there, you can add to a takeaway from it. Like I said, this is just a list of things that I feel like makes my school year a success. And just make things seem to go a little bit smoother as a teacher and as a person in education. And I thank you guys for tuning in to this episode. And I just wish you guys all the best. For those of you who have started back, I'm gonna commend you guys. Make sure that you stay safe. Stay, like I said, stay hydrated. Make sure that you guys are sanitizing. If for those of you that are in the school, make sure that you guys are following the social distance rules. And for those of you who are about to start, I send you all the love and positivity and everything. That, and if you need anything, always can hit me up. I'm gonna drop my email down in the description and my social media handle as well. But like I said, I wish you all the best. You guys are amazing. You're superstars, superheroes, and here's to a new school year. And I wish you guys nothing but love and prosperity.